Now, as you guys know, I am trying to build the coolest, most enjoyable to own car collection in the UK. And it's a Saturday today. We've not got a lot to do. Race Retro is on. Now, I've got a 5K budget. 5K is my golden budget because it bought me this 400 horsepower Nova and this 200 mile an hour Hayabusa buggy that's road legal. So for me, 5K is a solid budget. And I think that if we head to Race Retro today with the 5K budget, we might end up with something fun. So let's go. Now, one of the preferences I have with the cars is that they are road legal. Ultimately, I want the cars to be able to go onto the road and have fun with them every day. That's why the buggy's road legal, that's why I want to turn the Formula X road legal, but it's just a preference. What matters more is that it suits the fleet. I don't care if it's exotic, I don't care if it's expensive, or even really if it's fast. It has to be fun and it has to suit the fleet. I'm hoping there's going to be some really cool cars there today. I'm hoping there's going to be the likes of an S1 Quattro, my ultimate long-term dream cars. Of course, I'm not going to pick that up today. Or at least probably not. But who knows, maybe we'll find something absolutely insane and maybe we'll stretch the budget. So here we are then, just pulled up at Race Retro. And right next to me is an Evo. Now, the best car that I've bought so far is that Vauxhall Nova. And so I'm on the hunt today to try and find something better, because that's my mission. I think it's going to be quite tough. If nothing beats the Nova, we're not buying a damn thing, but it started promising because we pulled up next to an Evo 6. Obviously, we've got a Tommy in the collection, and this guy, I just met him, he absolutely knows how to drive it. This is the condition that I want my Evo to be in every single day. Let's go inside and see what's for sale. Well, we came with a 5K budget, and the first car's probably worth a substantial amount more. I've actually raced one of these in a 488 Challenge. It's an interesting experience. I'd considered owning one before, but there's just so little you can do with it. That's the problem. This is awesome. This is like heaven for someone who's come here with a budget. There are so many super cool cars. Lancia Delta. You can catch me in one of these. 100% I'll take one of these. Wait, so these are all going to auction, and this is estimated at 45 bags. Yeah, scrap the 5K budget, fellas. Wow, what an amazing car. The main problem I've got is that we've got £5,000 and I don't think it's going to buy a whole lot in here, but I think these might be £5,000 or less. We might end up having to just take one of these instead. I could probably fit in that, a little Martini Porsche. It's probably under £5,000. What do we reckon, boys? Should we go for this? Is it road legal? I'm just flicking through what's for sale. Going on auction, we've got the Lancia Delta, we've got the Metro, the Escort, Sierra Cosworths, more Lancia, a Ferrari Dino, and it's only 30 bags. So with that in mind, I think what we're going to do is actually scrap the 5K budget and get a bit of a shortlist together, and at the end of the video, I'm going to just impulse one. Wait, what's this, bro? Look at this, 70 bags. Bro, we need to make more money, man. We need to make more money quick. So many mad things in here. I mean, this is the Lamborghini Urraco, or however you say it. I think I've seen this on Top Gear before, but it's only 45 grand. And there's this Dino competition thing. That's actually, by the looks of it, been in races at Spa and others, and it's only like 30 grand. But we have a 5K budget right now, and the only thing that seems to fit is this thing. But you know what? I kind of feel like it belongs in the fleet at the moment. With the recent addition of golf buggies and all sorts, it probably makes sense, to be honest. And it's only 5,000. Anything that's 5,000, we have to buy it. It's the golden budget for this channel. Here we go. Here's one that you guys probably don't like, the DeLorean. A couple of videos ago, we went and almost bought the actual film set car from Back to the Future from Joe McCarthy. I put in the comments on that video, do we buy it? It was like 100 to 150,000, and you guys kind of said no because it's a heap of crap. But here's a much cheaper one. It's got no, now I suppose it is just a heap of crap because it's not even got the film car novelty, and it looks like junk inside compared to the Back to the Future one. This Renault 5 is nuts. It just sold for 295,000. Maybe not this one, but I think we need a Renault 5. Look at the state of that rear end. This is interesting. This is a Tommy Mackinnon Evo 6. Obviously we have a Tommy already, and this one I don't think it's quite as a desirable a spec. The conditions probably the same. This is actually higher mileage, but it's expected to go up to 50,000. Obviously we paid just 34,000 just last week for one, so sometimes we do actually buy them right. Speaking of that Evo 6, I think it's probably time for that to make it into the US market, and we've seen what's happened to these R34s when that happens, so hopefully that 34K can suddenly become 100. Who knows? This is super nice, man. I love Sierra Cosworth. I think I actually prefer Sierra Cosworth to Escort Cosworth, which is a strange opinion for someone at 25 years old. It's just this as well. This is just awesome, and this is a rally version. Rally's something I want to get into this year. I'm hoping to find someone today who can give me a bit of advice on first rally car, what to expect. So we're going to try and find some rally goers. Speaking of which, looks like we're going this way. For those of you that have watched the channel, you'll know that I've already done a whole host of different types of motorsport. I've done GTs with the M4, I've done single-seaters in the Formula X, I've done touring cars in the Fiesta, and I've even done overseas historic endurance with that AC Cobra in Cape Town. So I've got a bit of exposure to motorsport, but rally for me is like the one I haven't touched. It's the one I don't understand. Ultimately, it's the one I think you need the most skill and adaptability to be good at. And it's cheap, easy to get into, and I think the community with rally seems to be really, really nice. So I want to go over and check out the rally section. I want to go and take a look at some of those Group B cars because they look nuts. Learn a little bit more about actually what it takes to get into rally. And you know what else I'm going to try and do? I'm going to try, there are some rally cars going round. I'm going to try and talk my way into going out as a passenger. That would be an absolute dream. So here are some Group B rally cars, which are, in my view, the absolute pinnacle of automotive engineering. These things are insane. It's a bit of a dream to actually own a Group B rally car. I think these days, if I had multiple six figures to buy multiple cars, I wouldn't go and buy the Pista or the SVJ again. I'd probably buy, maybe I'd buy a few, but I'd probably buy things like this too. So I want to get into rally this year.
It's not expensive. You can pick a car up for, I do retro rallycross, so I do historic rallycross.
That's the kind of thing I'd like to do. I'm into, you know, Escort, Renault 5, those kind of cars. So what do you recommend as a first rally car?
You can do a day at Lebanon, driving a Swift. Rent it for the day, the weekend, and they provide everything. You just go down there.
And you'd use their car rather than your own?
Yeah.
Ultimately, I'm happy to spend what it takes to do the sport, but I think to begin with, it makes sense to get into something more cost effective, right?
You can buy a car, people are selling cars $3,000 upwards, right? You buy a car, you can go out, race it, it's cost you £1,500 a weekend, all in.
Yeah.
Tyres.
It's cheaper than GT racing.
Yeah.
And it's cheaper than touring cars as well.
Yeah. A weekend entry is about £500, $550.
Yep.
Tyres, depends, £500 plus 4 for my car.
Yep.
And they're quite hardware, and you can probably get away with 3 meetings on them.
That's cool. So we've got a bit of progress with getting into rallycross. Got an idea on a few cars that we can buy. Not today, so we've still got the budget, but that's cool. This Jag did 225 miles an hour. The hell? Well, how much is it then? Is it in budget? Definitely not in 5K budget. But can we buy a 225 mile an hour Jaguar? You know what, I actually don't think I would buy it even if I could. This is the coolest thing here though. A road going Group B car. Absolutely insane. I have no idea what this is worth. I would love to own something like this. We can get in this one. First time ever in a Group B car. This is absolutely mad. That's kind of comfortable, I wouldn't mind. It is nuts to think what these cars are capable of and what the drivers that have sat here are capable of. And there's little old me trying to buy my first rally car. Whoa, someone stole my car. But while they stole it, they made the tyres double as wide. This literally looks like mine. I put a picture of my Formula X on the screen. It looks exactly the same. I love the Mark 1 Focus. I'd quite like a Mark 1 Focus RS. Wow. I definitely think I'd buy a more battered one if I were going to buy one, other than one of the ones from the auction. This is where they should be, like out in the mud. And I know I'm going to batter it anyway, so I don't want to buy like a perfect, pristine one. I want to try and go out in one. Oh wow, that's super clean. We had a look at this Renault 5. I tried to buy this a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, I remember looking at it. I just thought it was a little too clean. It would be a shame to damage it. Wow. That's insane. Let's go check that out. The S1 Quattro is actually my ultimate dream car. I don't really know what I'd do with it. I'd be totally cool with a replica, but I just want to own one at some point. So I'm going to try and go out in one of these rally cars, try and swindle my way into the S1, if not something at least similar. Because if I'm going to buy one, I've got to at least experience one. Wow, boys, that was insane. Just got back in from the S1 Quattro, going out in that. That was an absolute dream for me. That is my number one at the moment, dream car. A car that, you know, if I were to try and attain the real one, it's ultimately unattainable. But something like what I just went into, Group B spec, homologated to exactly what it would have been like when it were out in Group B rallies. I could probably get that, maybe not today, maybe it's not the car we buy while we're here, but it's a realistic dream car for me, a car that I would actually be able to buy. And I'm really, really tempted, boys. I'm really torn. Do I go for something that's ultimately road legal, much more enjoyable, I can work on it, or do we actually go and live my dream and buy an Audi Quattro Group B spec? That is probably a decision I need to ponder on. Let me know in the comments, do we go ahead and buy one of those? Okay, so I'm going to put that S1 Quattro to the side for now. I'm going to come back to the auction because it's the end of the day, and unfortunately I think I'm going to have to put that £5 budget to the side as well, because a lot of the cars in here, at least the cars that I'm after, are not near £5. So we're going to get rid of that, and I'm going to get a shortlist together. There's a number of cars in here that I do really like, things like the Subarus, things like the R34, things like this Escort, that I think are amazing cars I'd like to own at some point, but cars I just don't care enough about right now to buy. So instead I'm going to come up with my top two. I need to have a think about this. Right, for this shortlist I've got to think really critically. 488 Challenge, I absolutely loved driving this. I drove the 458 and the 488 Challenge. Very, very cool. Very expensive though, and it's quite hard to live with and probably wouldn't bother. Escort, the older one I believe this is. I like this a lot as well, especially with this wide body kit. This looks absolutely fantastic. As much as I like it, probably wouldn't bother. The Lancia Delta, this is insane. This is definitely a car I'll own at some point. I think it just looks so cool, it's so iconic. But again, right now, I'm just not sure it makes sense. It's not a car that I really think, like, yes, I need this car now. I don't feel that way about it. I just think, yeah, it's cool, I'll have that. So I'm gonna leave that too. Lancer Evo, got. Don't need. Escort RS Cosworth, again, really like it, but I actually prefer that Sierra, so I'm going to leave the Escort out too. Subaru, another one that I think ultimately, again, I'll have to own at some point. I've already driven a WRX STI TCR around Brands Hatch, and that was fun. That car is absolutely awesome. I jumped in and did a few laps when Jensen Going was racing that at TCR UK. That was super cool. I definitely will have a Subaru, probably not this one because these are way too expensive. I'll probably just get a WRX STI, but I do want one, not now. Same with the GTRs, I just don't have the urge to buy one right now. So I'm going to park that as well, which means that one of the two cars that is definitely in my top two for today is this, the Sierra Cosworth rally car. What I like about it is that it's both a rally car and of course it's road legal. So it's got the heritage of being the Sierra. The Sierra Cosworth is a super cool car as is on the road. This of course is also on the road, but it's the rally car, so I could potentially do a bit of rallycross in it and really enjoy owning it. So that's definitely one of the top two for me at this auction. As far as everything else goes, I mean, some of the old Beamers, a 635 or even things like an E30 would definitely be again something I want at some point. Of course, this is a little bit of tease right now. I'm going to leave that parked, so I'm not going to mention it, because there's still a couple of good choices in here. I mean, these classic Mercedes are a good option, again, at some point, but not right now. I like the old Porsches, again, for sure at some point. A 959 is one of those dream cars for me, not right now. But what could be right now is the Clio Williams. This is absolutely insane. I really, really like this. I think it's an amazing match with the 205, which we came in today. I also had offered to me just this morning a Dimmer, which is a similar but maybe slightly cooler version of the Clio Williams, I would say. It just looks comfortable inside. It looks like a cool place to be, and I think with where I'm taking the fleet right now, this is a must-have at some point. The spec on this is fantastic. What do we reckon, Clio Williams? I think this could be in the top two. I'm going to go for this as my number two in the shortlist. So that's going to wrap up the auction then. I feel like we've looked at everything in here now that is available still, and I'm down to the top two. I'm happy with the Sierra. It doesn't necessarily have to be the Rally. There's also some coupes and saloons that I like. So Sierra, Cosworth, or the Clio Williams. I think either of those are good options. If I'm totally honest, I don't think they're quite the Nova, and they're also not $5,000. So we haven't hit the jackpot like we did when we found that Nova, but nonetheless, we found a couple of good cars, and I'd be happy with either of those. So let me know in the comments, do we buy the Clio, or do we buy the Sierra, or actually, pivot, do we sell the SVJ, because we just got offered 650,000, and do we spend that money better and buy everything that we found? Let me know in the comments, guys, because I am considering that at this point. So not long after I got home from Race Retro, something actually landed on my lap that I ended up actioning. I couldn't hold back. I had to buy it. It was an absolute dream car. And I honestly think it was even better than the two that I just asked you guys to vote for. Sneak peek on my screen right now of what that car was. An absolute dream car. And in 2 videos time, we're going to go and pick it up.